Oh no.
Welcome back to another episode of Basketballin' un-
Yeah.
under the title Friday Night Futon. We got a big episode today. Uh, a lot of agency news to catch up on, so we're gonna go more like by team basis more than how it was timeline. So I'm gonna start off with the big one with the well, so first I wanted to go in with I had this written down at when the first free agency started, and I wanted to make this a point to the other guys for last episode because I said Paul George is going to sign to the 76ers, and we'll get to that in a second. But at the beginning of free agency, the 76ers had $61.3 million. I'm going to go how much these are the top biggest cap spaces for the top teams. So we had 61 million for the 76ers, 51 million for the Pistons, 49.5 for the Magic, 38.1 million for the Jazz, and 31.1 million for the Thunder. So I thought that was interesting to just share out right off the bat before we got into the free agency. But first, we'll go right into the 76ers. I'll just list you all what they've done so far. They Paul George 4 years, $212 million. Kelly Oubre I actually wasn't expecting them to bring him back, but uh I'm glad that they did. They brought him back immediately after they signed Paul George. 2 years, 16 million. Maxi 4 years, 204. That's his max. And then Pistons got Tobias Harris, 2 years, 52 million. We just saw them waive Paul Reed, which is interesting, and they just signed Caleb Martin, which I actually think is a very good pickup right now. So what do you think about their free agency so far?
Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, so before the Paul George sighting, they had $61 million in cap.
Yeah.
Is that right? That's
Yeah, like
crazy. How? How is
that's
that
why.
even possible? Especially after citing Maxi and then
Because they knew they were going to get rid of Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris had a
uh
fat contract, and then they knew they were going to get rid of him. They waived him.
true. Yeah. I mean, obviously good moves. I don't know if it, puts them in the tier of like the Celtics and the Knicks. I don't know. Obviously when you're like one of the better teams in your conference, you have
Maybe
to
Eric
do.
Gordon. Forgot Eric Gordon on the minimum.
Oh yeah, that's a good sign. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they got to do another move. They got to do something else, or else they're probably just going to be in the same position as the Bucks, where they just have a really talented team, but don't have enough to quite make it to the finals or the conference finals for that.
Yeah. So the only thing I really don't know about that right now is that they just signed Caleb Martin, like I just said, but they just waived Paul Reed. So I don't know, but those contracts I haven't heard come out yet. So I don't know if that Caleb Martin signing is just to completely replace Paul Reed's contract, or if they have a little bit more money to still work with. Because I think that Caleb Martin, low key, that's a huge upgrade from that Nicholas Batum position that they had last year.
Yeah, true. You
Like,
gotta. I love Batum though.
but I think Caleb Martin's so much better than what Batum can do for them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
For
I
them
can't believe it's so weird. Tobias Harris is a Piston now.
again.
Yeah, like what? He's just gonna go there to
But
put
he
up
catch and
fat
shoot,
numbers
catch and
and
shoot.
win
We're
like
gonna do a lot of
45
pick and roll.
games.
I think he can space out the floor definitely for them, and then just I I've heard like different publications talk about how they think that he's a trade asset. I don't really think that. I think it's just really a guy there that they could just have that's not gonna take away from Cade Cunningham. I feel like he can do no wrong there.
Yeah, if anything, it just helps Cade.
Exactly.
I mean, I can kind of see that. I mean, they just
They
Pistons
don't
are
have
trash.
shooters on their team. They're like
I
they
know.
they got
Yeah,
rid of
I know.
Bogdanovich.
And then they drafted Ron Holland, who's like one of the worst shooters of the draft.
Then you had to sign some people to space it out. I don't have a problem with that at all, to be
I
honest.
could see him being a trade asset, though. I mean, like just next year they're terrible again. They go and get another draft pick and just trade him with a year left.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can see it.
I can see that as
And
well. His
wait, did he
contract's
get
not horrible.
52 a year or 52 total?
52 total, 2 years.
You never know with NBA contracts. That's actually I would expect him to get more than 26 a year, honestly.
But I think that I don't know. Yeah, I do agree. I could see him being that. I could see that scenario definitely happening. But I do see him finishing out these 2 years there for some reason. Because he was
Yeah,
very early signing to them. I think he actually still. I think he's a player that actually wants to be in Detroit,
yeah, maybe.
which is like
I mean,
weird.
he'll be like one of the centerpieces. Like he'll be like a top two scorer.
Yeah. All right, too much on Tobias Harris. I think we can go back to the 76ers and Paul George. I think the Paul George is I think he elevates this team substantially. I think they still need to figure out that kind of backup four. I think you have a good Caleb Martin that can maybe start for you, but I think just still having a bigger body maybe that can work off the bench because you still have Andre Drummond. Thought that was a great signing. I really liked when he played backup minutes for them the year that they had. Uh Joel, but I also kind of liked it when I kind of will miss Paul Reed because I feel like Paul Reed could actually like I think Drummond has like his ceiling of like starting. I mean of like does it he's playing minutes so where Joel Embiid we have seen get injured sometimes and miss some games and I don't really like that our true backup position is Drummond or maybe I really like a third string big on this team but I think it's just getting bigger. I think our guards and our wings are really good, and Jaron McCain was a really good pickup, and that we can just keep working with that. Moving on to the OKC, they brought back Isaiah Joe for 4 years, 48. They brought Aaron Wiggins for 5 years, 47, and then their big signing was pulling away Isaiah Hartenstein away from the Knicks for 3 years, 87 million.
Yeah, I mean, those first two guys honestly are like when they were just rookies, everybody kind of just thought they would get thrown off the team, but it's kind of crazy looking at them now and they have like actual long-term deals. Both Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that Hardenstein pickup is massive. I mean, obviously him next to Chet in the starting five, I think that's a pretty deadly combo when you have two guys of that size and that
Yeah,
skill, especially.
that's been the biggest question for them I've seen is like what is their actual starting five? Like, because they could throw out, I could like, I could see the OKC, they could very pull out like the same starting five that they did in the playoffs and then just use Hartenstein for like a 26 minutes per game in those situations. Like, I think he pretty much I think I have the OKC as my probably contender for next year with this signing. I think it's a very underrated signing, but I think it's exactly the perfect cherry on top of this team needed. Um, they're gonna be coming back with pretty much the same exact team. They won't have that "we're young" trademark anymore because I think that was like the only thing that we really doubted all with them. So now they will have a whole time of experience. Um, We've seen what players can play in the playoffs a little bit better than the other ones. Isaiah Joe played amazing. And then I think Alex Caruso's boost as well. We didn't even talk about that trade, but that trade was in our previous podcast. But we talked about how that trade just elevated them. Um, so just doubling down and getting Isaiah Hartenstein really helps. Uh, Going quick with the Magic, they re-signed Franz Wagner for 5 years, 270, a fat max for him. And I think this is just, I love this for the Magic. I think just getting your, for like a smaller market team, just giving your guy that you drafted really well, just his bag early on.
Yeah, true. I mean, that is, oh man, that's great. 'Cause, I mean, I'm obviously big Michigan fan, so seeing a Michigan player actually be successful in the NBA is pretty rare. And I mean, I mean, that guy's a beast. He averages like what? Sorry, what is it like 27 and 4 or something? Like he is such a good player. And then in a year or two, Paulo will also get this deal. So yeah, I think it's just cool that the Magic are getting like pretty much like legit superstars from just the draft, homegrown players. Um, they're honestly like I feel like where OKC was a couple of years ago. They're on that trend of just like a super young team filled with young stars. But at the same time, I love Franz. He is a beast, but 5 years, 270, that's kind of crazy.
They were also able to pick up KCP, which was their huge signing this offseason, was pulling him away from the Denver Nuggets. His 3 year, $66 million contract is a huge. I think this makes this Magic team look like a team that could maybe be somewhat in that contending position like the Pacers and the Knicks were last year. Like I think this team is definitely better than the Pacers as a Pacers fan. I think the Magic can definitely make some big noise in the East next year.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Moving on, the biggest shakeup of the offseason, we have Klay Thompson moves to Dallas for 3 years, 50. But uh you were talking about how Golden State they had not garbage, but Terry Stotts and Jerry Stackhouse joining their assistant coaches after losing their head coach after losing their assistant coach Atkinson. Kyle Anderson signs a 3 year, $27 million contract, and then Buddy Hield is gonna be here for a 2031 second round pick. And then the Splash Buddies is the nickname of this. I think that's the best thing that comes out of this trade is that you have a gas nickname to replace the Splash Brothers. You have the Splash Buddies. You're basically adding the number one shooter, then the number two shooter of last year. Um, so I think you're definitely not getting the same Clay Thompson feel, but you're definitely somewhat still getting the same feel of that insane shooting backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you get Clay from a few years ago, it's like the best signing ever. But obviously, if he's in kind of like the same slump that he was last year, it won't be the best signing. Um, I don't know. It's just honestly for me, it's just so weird to see him in that Mavs jersey
It is.
because he's been in the Hornets jersey his whole life.
And I think Kyle
Um,
Anderson's a high IQ player that will fit in the Warrior system well. You
I
didn't think
saw
about him.
so many posts on Twitter of people glazing about the Kyle Anderson sighting. Like they love it.
I thought the only thing I've seen is the memes about him not shooting the ball fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember him being like the slowest player in the
He
NBA
is.
or something. Yeah, he is good though. I mean, he's like a
Oh, I
very
think the IQ.
skilled player.
I think he'll add exactly what Draymond adds IQ from that power forward position off the bench.
You think you think the Warriors are anywhere near like a another magical run, kind of like
No, I think they're the losers of the free agency so far.
yeah, true.
I think they're one of the losers of free agency so far. They've been really, really bad. Like they've lost a lot for not gaining anything. They've lost Chris Paul for not gaining anything.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm very, very interested next year to see Brandon Podzimski's development. Like,
That's the
I
only
think
bright
next year
spot
he could be like, what?
That's their only bright spot that's on their team was the rookie that they weren't actually really trying to hit on. They really tried to hit on Kaminga. He's kind of been a flop. They really tried to hit on Moses Moody. He's kind of been a flop. We're gonna get to James Wiseman, who you hate, and then and then I mean like that's like AirPods has been the best. Like
Yeah,
it's
that
kind
guy could
of
actually be a star
pathetic.
one day.
And like I can definitely see AirPods being the player that gets played off the court in a playoff series. Like his size, like I love AirPods and I love what he brings, but to me that's like a regular season type player, like a regular type like mold type player.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's exactly what the NBA loves, which is just a playmaking point guard that can rebound and distribute and score. I don't know. I think next year could
What's
be
the
really
Westbrook
big.
all of a sudden?
I'm a Pods Glazer. I love that guy. Also, obviously, I was looking at some basketball cards yesterday. I didn't realize Keontae George had such a good rookie season on the Jazz.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy, he's a stud. I was not aware of that.
He's a stud.
No, this is completely off topic, but I had to mention that.
He's a stud.
But he averaged like 14, 3, and 5, something like that. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Oh, but then wait, who did the Jazz just draft?
Cody Williams.
Oh, okay, good. I thought they got Devin Carter, but that was the Kings. All right. Back to Alec Burks.
Okay, we got Alec Burks and Kevin Love signing to the Heat. I think that Alex Burks pick is a really big pickup for them, honestly. I think that's a player that like Alec Burks has been like a big help to all the teams he's been to, and he's always there for 1 year and never like long. But I think he can definitely fit into that Heat. And I think 1 year at the Heat can like definitely give him maybe a boost to project his career for even more years. I hope he definitely plays more out of his contract, and I think that the Heat is a perfect place that needs scoring. But yeah. Do you have anything to say about the Alec Burks?
Alec Burks. I don't know. Probably heard that name about 10,000 times, but I can't put a face to him. Like I can't think of what he looks like, honestly. But obviously, I mean, he's a reliable player. Been in the league for quite some time. I mean, he averaged, 10, 2, and 1 shot all right. Oh yeah, duh, I know what he looks like. But I mean, yeah, always a good sign. I mean, he's just a reliable guy that's going to come off your bench every day.
And the reason that I'm wearing this jersey today is our news next. We got a lot. This is a very big news episode. So there's gonna be not that many fun segments, but Kemba Walker retired and then signed with the Hornets coaching staff. I did not think there was gonna be any times I was gonna be able to wear this season. So I'm definitely busting this jersey out because this is definitely the only time I feel like I will be able to bust this jersey out this podcast. Um, I think he can definitely help some young guards. I've given up on James Book Night. Um,
Yeah,
maybe
same. It's so
bounce him
sad.
back to being a scoring guard.
God, I thought Luke Knight was that guy.
Yeah, he was him, wasn't he?
Yeah. Same with shit, who's that other guy from UConn? Who's the guy drafted last year? Oh my God, what is his name? Let me look this up.
Stewart?
No, I'm gonna feel like an idiot when I see his name. Also, we love to joke about Bilal Coulibaly, but that guy's actually pretty good.
Yeah, Dwight Coulibaly is good. I don't think he'll
Yeah.
start next year though.
What'd you say?
I have people saying that he'll start. I don't think he'll start.
Maybe. Oh, Jordan Hawkins. I
Oh,
thought
Jordan
he was
Harkins,
gonna.
I actually think he had an underrated season at
Yeah, he had like I think he scored like 10 points a
there's so
game.
many players there that like he is to outplay Herb Jones. Like that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, true. Damn, there was a lot of flops in this first round, especially guards.
You're a flop.
Jet Howard's bitch ass.
Jay Howard, they just don't give him burn as well. Like there's a lot of these players that they just don't give burn. Like what?
Yeah, true.
Like, we talk about this draft and stuff, and then at the end of the day, we just see these players not getting no burn.
True. Jalen Hood Schifano really did not play much this year.
But he was bad. But he was bad.
Yeah, Taylor Hendricks disappointed me this year.
But speak on the
That was gonna
Lakers, we got Braun signing the 2-year 104, and we got Bronny signing a 4-year 7.9 team option. Um, I think it is interesting that their contracts don't match up. I think it's fun that they don't that the contracts don't match up and that Bronny got the longer contract, you know? Um, I think that maybe get this is somehow LeBron just giving the keys to Bronny for just some years, but unless they could definitely trade that 7.9 million. That's such a teeny contract. But Braun having a 2 year, it's kind of crazy that it's only going to be 2 more years, and we gotta wait 2 more years, and then I think after that 2 years, it might be retire or it might be something crazy. Like it could be like going back to Cleveland. It could be go and just he could sign another just 1 year fat max contract with the Lakers if they're still like competent. Like it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting.
Well, my conspiracy is I think Bryce is a senior in high school or maybe a junior. So maybe he wants to do these 2 years with Bronny, and then he's just gonna go wherever Bryce gets drafted and play with him for a year.
Oh,
Although Bryce himself has said there's no way that he's gonna play with his dad because his dad's gonna be, I think, what, 42 at the time.
yeah.
I don't know. Bron's
But
just
Brady,
gonna
but come on, we talking about Brady.
Bron's just gonna do whatever he wants, honestly. Like if he wanted to play in like New Orleans tomorrow, he could. He's gonna do whatever he wants. So I think he's gonna finish out these 2 years at Los Angeles. I don't know. He probably expects like Bronny's probably gonna be in the G League for
Yeah,
all of this first year, I would say. So maybe he's just waiting on that, and then next year he'll get his year with Bronny, and then next year he'll get his year with Bryce.
Christie was in the G League his first year and still got some burn. We're definitely gonna
Oh
see
yeah, he's gonna play. Yeah, he'll
Every
play.
NBA Bronny gets called up for this game, he's gonna be like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, true. That's gonna be hype.
And that's when his career starts. We went, "Oh my gosh, we should have had him playing with his dad from the get go."
Yeah, it's gonna be
But
interesting to
odds,
see what
odds, the
Bronny
first
can
game of the
do.
year is that Bronny will play.
Like in the opener,
Yeah, if they really busting their ass.
that would be sick. Oh my god, he's gonna hit like a layup, and the crowd's just gonna roar. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting
You're
to see.
glazing. Why are you glazing?
Bronny was like he wasn't obviously wasn't productive in college, but he did have like
He's,
he
I think
does make like highlights.
he
Like
did.
when he makes a play,
Makes
like
IQ plays too.
yeah.
High
So
IQ
he's gonna
plays.
he's gonna be on SportsCenter top 10 a couple days.
Oh, his first basket is gonna be on tops. As far as that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
He's probably
it's
gonna be
gonna
a
be like
dunk. He's probably gonna be like an outlet dunk that like LeBron like has him and he told him like to leak and he just throws a wicked outlet dunk.
yeah, true.
He's gonna be at the guard. He's gonna be at the like the 3 point. Like he's always gonna be like
Yeah, it's
he's
gonna be
literally six
wild.
foot one. He's not gonna play any other position than guard.
And then he gets to play next to debatably the one of the best rookies of the whole draft. Probably the best offensive rookie of the draft.
Gee, connects for
I think that's good for Dalton that Brady got drafted there.
it is too.
Yeah.
He's not gonna take his minutes.
Yeah.
JJ
Maybe though.
Redick gonna give Dalton his minutes, boy. He gonna get more minutes. If
More
Austin
minutes than
if
Braun.
Austin Reeves ain't shooting that pill correctly, don't connect. You getting 34 this game.
Should we move on to the best signing of the whole NBA?
So Toppin, 4 year, 60 million, and Wiseman a 2 year deal. You're hating for some reason. I think it's
Wait, how much does Wiseman get paid? Or how much is his contract?
a contract I haven't seen. You can look it up. I haven't. I wasn't able to find that on my own sources. However, Toppin, great that we were able to bring him back. There were some rumors that we might trade him during the, and there was because he was kind of playing like wishy-washy, and then there was rumors that we might not bring him back, and then we did bring him back. So I'm really glad we did. I think he plays the perfect tempo that we do in the that the Pacers play, and I just love. I think he just also is like the perfect mentality. Like he's not afraid to do the flashy dunks. I think it's lit like that. And then Wiseman, you're hating, but I think it's a good flyer. Just put some money just towards some guy for 2 years. He's
No, yeah, I did look into it. Yeah, so it's a minimum deal, so
yeah.
a-
he's
absolutely no risk.
he's our third string. It's gonna go Turner. Then Isaiah Jackson's gonna get more minutes than Wiseman. And then Wiseman
Yeah.
is gonna maybe we can rejuvenate Wiseman's career. Because the one thing Wiseman can do, well, the one thing that the Pacers will do is give you the ball, and we're gonna make a lot of possessions. So if he can't get points in our system, he ain't gonna get points anywhere. So that's
Yeah.
like I think it's a perfect team to be like, because like we see Isaiah Jackson get his. Isaiah Jackson, if he went to any other team, he should not really be getting his. Like Tyrese Helen be him sometimes. Like
Yeah.
if Wiseman can't figure out like I'm expecting like the minutes that he might be getting, I'm expecting like for him to really rejuvenate, I'm expecting him to get like 10 points, like 5 rebounds. Because
For
like
who?
here
For
Wiseman,
Wiseman?
yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
that's what he
he's not gonna
averaged
get
in
any minutes.
Detroit.
But he was
He
like
averaged
second. He was second. He was like sometimes being their third string and sometimes being their backup.
yeah, I mean he'll probably average like 7 and 3 on the Pacers, something like that.
But
Six
yeah,
and three.
that's horrible. He gotta be so much better than that.
Definitely gonna get production.
Next we got the Celtics re-signing everybody pretty much.
Yeah. Expected.
Bastards. Derek White, 4 year, 126. Fat contracts. I think there's not that really much that I want to talk about the Celtics because they're just coming off a championship, but I guess we can. Um, yeah, they're running it back. They're just putting a lot of money down, putting just what I think is exactly what you should do. Kind of you seen the Knicks doing a different approach, putting a lot of money in different areas, but I think you know what works for this team, and I don't. There's not been a team. They've been the most consistent team that we've seen in the past. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, in my eyes, I don't like the Knicks are getting there, but I think the Celtics are still like a step above anybody. And then I mean they won the championship, so obviously they're just gonna keep all their assets. They're gonna honestly get better if anything, because the chemistry will develop and things like that. And I mean I don't see Tatum and Jalen Brown getting worse anytime soon. And then who did they draft? I can't remember this.
Ron
Trying to
Holmes,
look.
not Ron Holmes.
No, it wasn't Duran. Duran was drafted by the Suns. Oh, they drafted Baylor Shireman, who's like honestly had one of like the highest floors I would say in the NBA. So they improved there too. Yeah, I don't see any signs of them slowing down, and I think honestly it might be another repeat next year.
I really hope it's not. I think there's so much too
I,
much.
I hope it's
I think
not
there's too much
also.
disparity in the NBA I think like it's so hard to repeat. It's like so like I think it's the hardest it's ever been to repeat in the NBA is right now.
I know, but I feel like the Celtics just won. Like the playoffs, I just feel like were so easy for them. Like that was one of the easiest championships I've ever seen. I feel like, and not in just terms of like the teams are weak. I just think the Celtics were that much better than everybody.
Well, I think it's just the other teams killed the other teams. And then like the Celtics were kind of just sweeping the board. I do agree with that, but
I don't know. Like defensively, I mean, who's better than them defensively? Honestly,
because any of the years they play anyone out of the West is gonna like if we're really talking about it, like, do we really think the Mavericks are gonna come back next year? No. You think it's gonna be Mavericks versus Celtics as our finals next year? I'd be so surprised if it was. They're definitely gonna have to play a team that I think if they were to have to play the Nuggets next year, that would be a harder team for them. If they were to have to play the Wolves, that would have been a harder team for them. The Wolves, I would have even said would have been a harder team for them this year. And then
yeah,
and then you fuck if you know if like you like who the hell like if Braun makes his stupid appearance or just crazy stuff happen.
Bron,
You know.
Bron's coming back. Yeah,
All
the
right, we
Bronny
got
led Lakers.
we got 10 minutes. Maybe we can fit this all in one episode for Caleb's liking. So I'll run through the miscellaneous news and then
You put Donovan Mitchell in the miscellaneous news. You
Bro,
put Donovan Mitchell and Devin Eubanks. That is so disrespectful.
bro,
And
first of all, for our viewers, Donovan Mitchell is the top of the list of miscellaneous. And the reason that he's there is that he that's the only thing the Cavs have done.
yeah, it's true.
Cavs
I've been
might
seeing
get
a lot
their
of
own segment.
posts.
I'll give the Cavs their segment right now. They signed Donovan Mitchell. There you go. Okay, 3 years, 150. Talk about it then. Isn't it such a big
All
news?
right, I will talk about it. I've been seeing a lot of posts saying that Donovan Mitchell's the best Cavs player ever besides LeBron.
We're gonna disrespect Kyrie Irving's year like that.
I don't know. I'm just
Hey, Arrow
saying what I
player
see on the
so bad.
internet.
He was a gas player before Braun, and like he
Who, Mitchell or Kyrie?
Kyrie, he established himself as
Oh
that
yeah.
name before Braun. He's the reason that LeBron was like, all right, I actually will come back.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, he loves Kyrie. LeBron's a Kyrie Glazer.
He is. He's like, all right, I know I can
He
win.
really is.
Yeah, now this guy can beat Curry. Boy,
That's
oh,
crazy. It's just like a circle. Draymond glazes LeBron, and then LeBron glazes Kyrie.
and Kyrie glaces no one.
Yeah, true. Except whoever came up with the flat Earth theory. I wonder
He
if he still believes that.
doesn't. Uh, so that your Cavs segment right there was just back to Braun,
Yeah, I
back
mean,
to Kyrie.
the Cavs, made a decent playoff run last year. Obviously, if they didn't sign Donovan Mitchell, their team would be horrible. So I don't know. I give it an A plus.
I give it an A plus as well. I love it when the small market home that brings back their big star. I wouldn't be mad at them trading Darius Garland for something.
Yeah, Darius Garland, he just I don't know.
All their
I
ceiling,
what?
you saw their ceiling with them.
Yeah, I expected Garland to improve more the last few years, and he just hasn't.
It's just
Who's Delon? 1 year, 3.3.
we got DeLon Wright going to the Bucks.
How is that guy still in the league? Is he like 50?
His defense is really, really good.
I know, but he is so old. I swear to God, he
But,
was a rookie in like 2005.
but Malik Beasley is on the Pistons now. So
Malik Beasley is good. I loved him on the Bucks.
I hated him on the Bucks.
I loved him on the Bucks. He's such a good three-point
1 year,
shooter.
6 million. That's how much the Pistons loved him.
Yeah. Damn, Jalen Smith got paid.
He did.
I
All right,
didn't like. I don't think he
you
deserves 9 million a year.
the lead for the miscellaneous.
What'd you say?
You be the lead for the miscellaneous.
I love the miscellaneous. Josh Green to the Hornets. Damn.
Man, you're slow on some of this news, Caleb.
I did not real. Who is
You got
Suns?
traded there.
Oh, Plumlee.
Plumlee. The Suns.
Josh Green's a good signing, but he went from a contender to like
Fine. He got
debatably the
traded
worst
for
team.
Klay Thompson.
Wait, what?
He was the Klay
All right,
Thompson.
yeah, I'm not.
No.
I'm not updated on this miscellaneous news.
Yeah, the miscellaneous goes crazy.
Yeah, what is Batum and Derrick Jones clips? What does that mean?
They both went to the Clippers, but I didn't feel like putting their
Oh,
I didn't feel like putting their contracts in there because I didn't really give a damn.
1 year, 2 mil.
Not I can find them for you real quick.
Loser of free agency. That's interesting. You said the Heat.
I did say the Heat. Man, you just spoiled the whole segment. Good lord.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been reading this script and it's all new news.
Yes,
Wait,
I said the
is
loser of free agency. What's your fucking losers of free agency since you just want to spoil whatever the mine was?
it? um, I mean, it looks like the Bucks did not make many moves. The only signing you have here is Delon Wright. So I'm gonna give them definitely top three worst free agencies.
I think the
Um,
Warriors is a lot of smoke. I think you are kind of right on the. Uh, I think it's just a lot of like fast replacement, fast shooting. But I don't know how much of an impact it'll actually make because we saw that Buddy Hield was absolutely unplayable for the 76ers. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's probably other teams that didn't sign anybody. Like
Derek
who
Jones
did
got
the Rap
paid. Derek Jones got
who
paid
the Raptors
years,
sign?
3 years, 30 million.
3 years, 30?
Yeah, for Derek Jones. That's expensive.
Damn, yeah. What the fuck?
And then Nicholas Batum was 2 years, 9.6 million.
Yeah, how are they paying what what were Derrick Jones's stats last year even?
Oh, he played good he was a finals player.
Oh my God.
You know how much weight that has. And they got rid of all the Paul George money. So
Yeah, I guess he averaged 8, 3, and 1. That's
now they
not
have all
bad.
that money to work with because they didn't pay Paul George.
Yeah. Damn, Derrick Jones is only a year older than me. I thought he was like 20. I thought he was way younger.
All right, we can talk just for fun for 3 minutes.
Well, I think my all right, how about this? Come up with a couple names for because this is always what I'm interested in. Come up with some names for most improved player of the year. Who's gonna make that meteoric rise to the top, like we've seen from Ja Morant and Giannis through the years? I'm gonna um I'm gonna glaze a little bit here. And I'm gonna go back with what I said earlier, and I think Brandon Podziemski being probably
Brandon made this segment just to glaze. I went
I
to
I
I
did
went
make this segment just to
I went to talk I went to talk about I said
glaze.
just 3 minutes just to talk. Just I mean we can talk about it. How was your day, bro? What you been eating, bro? How's life been, bro? How's actual work been? Not you to just make a
No,
not you
I
just make
haven't.
a segment. No, not for you to just make a segment on the spot just to glaze. Pozensky, what are you doing? Why are
I
you
have an
not even
agenda
on
here.
the screen anymore?
I have an agenda here. Wait, I'm not on the screen.
It was just you haven't changed your background. You're putting old news. You're getting surprised that Josh Green's on the fucking Hornets. What is this wristband you got?
Uh, a beer tent I went to like 3 days ago that I haven't taken off yet. Yeah, it's from July 3rd, so I guess it would.
You're showing exactly why you're not caught up on the basketball news. You're
I
doing
know.
foolishness.
That's why
Foolishness.
we need Mike here to balance it out,
Well, he will be back.
and then we need Eddie here to unbalance it out. He doesn't know who. Wait, who did I ask him? I was like, "What team is Pascal Siakam on?" And
No,
he
no,
didn't
no, no, no,
know.
no, no. The craziest clip we got was, do we really think that Kevin Durant's that valuable of an asset for the Suns?
Oh yeah. And then his mock draft was pretty suspect.
He's like top five valuable players in the league, my boy.
Yeah. I think he drafted Ryan Dunn with like the ninth pick of the draft.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Ryan Dunn, one of the best defenders in the draft. I will give him that.
All right.
Actually, a lot of the guys he did draft did go early. I forgot who it was.
Thank you very much for watching the basketballing. I might change the YouTube name to basketballing, but I probably won't. Probably won't. But
Dude.
maybe we can start doing other videos and other type videos, but like the podcast, like I feel like the podcast name is basketballing, you know? But those
Yeah.
other videos that are also on the YouTube channel that you can also watch, those have no basketball content really in them.